EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, we start the new season with an AFC West Division battle right out of the gate between the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. A first down throw. Here's Franks. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Franks now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Franks looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Fielded just inside the 30. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go option to the short side. The 20. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Well, we have seen some rookie running backs come in and have a big impact year one, and this guy would certainly fit that bill, as that was one heck of a run there.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me was how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. And he lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10.
10 cycles.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, check mega. Ready?
They'll go again with Gibson. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. I don't know that you've got a wealth of options here now. 3rd down from your 2.
The question is, how much confidence do you actually have in various aspects of your team? In your defense, in case things go wrong. In your quarterback to take care of the football. Your offensive line to protect it. If you're feeling pretty confident about all of those things, you might take a shot.
Going for Boykin, but it is intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. He's going to keep this again. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Now Thompson going to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Broncos 7, Raiders 0.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams trying to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Setting up play action. Franks. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Off the play fake, here's Franks. Under pressure, they got him again. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And looky there, Charles, just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well, and I think they'll emphasize that in his new role with this team.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd and 9, Thompson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A gain there of 21 yards. A nice completion there for the 1st down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Justin Matabike there to bring him down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Thompson fakes a handoff. Now going to throw it out to his left. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match. And maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. They bring a receiver in motion left.
Slide through. You tell us.
Thompson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
38.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 10 more there and another first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They look to reverse that trend on second and goal. 3-3. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Ready.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. Touchdown! Greg Dulcich, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Broncos 14, Raiders 0. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Ready.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
First and 10.
On first and 10, Franks. Buying time to his left. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
The offense on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 17. Off the play fake, it's Thompson. He rifles one that's intercepted. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson, and he'll work down inside the 45. The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Franks. And the Broncos get there and take him down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick 6 in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
Let's go.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go now. Strike 60. Black Ultra. Let's go.
And they go play action with Franks. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle.
Las Vegas, first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Franks now to throw on first down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Hard to believe this guy was watching us from his living room last week. Now he's under center here for an NFL team.
And not many teams were in the market to sign him, but you have to believe that this team felt like we saw something previous.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On first down, here's Franks. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
On On second down, a run with Gibson. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Flag blue. No red.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Six, red. Gone red. Go pink. Red, yellow. Yellow, blue.
Thompson going play action here. Rolling to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Raiders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Franks now on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Ultra.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
4th down. Frank's going to throw for it. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eye.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Yetur Gross-Matos getting in there to make the play. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Thompson out of the shotgun here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. 3rd and long, Thompson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And it has Hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Franks. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Straight ahead, Gibson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
A loss of 6 brings up 2nd and 16.
Now it's 2nd down throw. Here's Franks. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Franks will throw for it on 4th down. Looking deep for Adams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
17.
They begin the drive with Williams. And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Hey, blue. Yo, blue. Green down.
Play action here. Thompson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Green. Red.
Thompson going to throw again on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Off play action. Thompson. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Ready. You go. On the ball. 6, 7.
Fourth down, Thompson going for it. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Watch out now. Safety Fury. Hey.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Red, yellow, black shot.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for it. The problem now is, if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Franks. He's got it to Gibson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. Keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good, and the lead is down now. At 11, it's 21-10. As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised on the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off. Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Thompson on 1st and 10. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll decide to keep this once more. 2nd and 10. 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 He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. 3rd and long, Thompson. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they... It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
On 2nd and 12, Thompson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw, Thompson. And he will find his man, Sutton. That's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Brendan McManus kickoff for Denver.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A first down throw. Here's Franks. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Let's go now.
Second down, Franks. And that is incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Black shot. Block it. Six. Wide open.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Broncos are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. McManus now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Broncos 31, Raiders 16. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it was fair to look back and say the 4th down was a moment where this one was...
He's got him in, complete. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line. On 1st and 10, Franks. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think the Raiders Broncos are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
It's Franks now from the shotgun.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking deep for Adams.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's fourth down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are close to finishing off this football game.
Ready, break.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week one. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent,